Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Corey McNabb Podcast. This is our very first episode, and just a little bit about me, real quick. Again, Corey McNabb says down there in the corner. I am one of Pace Morby's Gator lenders. If you don't know Pace Morby, definitely go check him out. Just look up Pace Morby. You'll learn so much. This podcast, the main point is to interview special guests. So today, our first episode, we actually have a very special guest. He's my own battle buddy in the Project Forward challenge. And so today I'll be introducing Mr. Jordan McCoy.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, Jordan, how you doing today?
Hey, doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. It's a beautiful, what is today, Thursday?
Yeah.
Well, so Jordan, give us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Yeah. Jordan McCoy. I live down here in Tampa, Florida. Been down here since about 2016. And previously, when I got down here, I was just into sales, working a few different with companies, but I always wanted to get into some kind of way of getting into real estate. And so in 2017, I had actually got my real estate license down here in Florida, and I did that for a bit. But I quickly realized, there was something more that I was wanting instead of just taking people to showing homes. And so I actually was door knocking one day, and I door knocked this younger guy, and I noticed on the back of his truck, it said, we buy houses. And so I knocked him, and him and his wife both came out, and I was just like, hey, I just live across the street from you and just wanted to introduce myself. Just out here knocking doors just to see if anybody's, thinking about selling. And anyway, we got to talking, and he was telling me what he kind of did, and he kind of bought properties off market, and that intrigued me to, really find out what else is there to this. How does this work? And so we got talking, and then I just kind of went YouTube everywhere. I'm just like, what's this about off market properties, listening to podcasts and different things. And so kind of started venturing into that. And at that point in time, I kind of gave up on all the retail stuff and just dove into all finding off market opportunities and through cold calling and the same things I was doing, as a realtor on market, but you're just finding different, more distressed lists, I guess. So that kind of just led me into, doing some off market things. And since then I've had recently joined a team and was doing some acquisitions for some guys there, and that really kind of helped me, I would say, kind of give me an internship to really not only finding off market deals, but I really going to appointments and talking to these sellers and realizing why they're wanting to sell off market instead of listing. So that was really helped me, as we probably did over 100 deals I was a part of doing that. And then now I'm doing my own thing at this point and flipping houses down here. So that's been it's been fun. It's been a challenge trying to do your own thing and wake up and kind of motivate yourself to hey, you got to do this. Nobody's telling you what to do. So, but now I just down here buying houses, flipping houses, wholesaling whatever I can, and it's been a great ride so far.
Awesome. So you're in Project Forward with me. How did you come to hear about Project Forward?
Yeah, Pace, kind of mentioned something new, I think, about really getting yourself out there in a way to brand yourself. And I think as I looked in and I've watched, some of these guys, Pace Morby, Ron Pineda, RJ Bates, across the board, there's so many of them. And you see that, Brandon Turner, even with bigger pockets. And not to take, these guys are really, really exceptional at what they do, but they have realized that by putting themselves out there and showing that, hey, not only am I, doing these deals, they're showing people along the way. And that gives a lot of credibility. And so I think what Pace has done with this idea of challenging, everybody that's in this group of Project Forward to really just get more confidence in yourself to say, man, I can do this as well. And by putting myself out there, it will lead to, other opportunities, whether it's, partnering up with other people within the group or people that I know, or, other people seeing that, hey, this guy's credible. He's doing deals. He's, you see that he bought this deal, he paid this much, he flipped it for this, and kind of seeing, from A to Z. It's going to allow, I think, just to further, these opportunities that are not there if you're not, showing yourself on screen or putting yourself out on, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all these different channels. And the more I've seen some of these guys that I mentioned, their businesses have grown probably 10x, 20x since putting themselves on camera. So I think this has been very, in some ways difficult because I don't feel like, I'm, that kind of person to put myself out there. But at the same time, I do feel like I have some value to share from over the, the wins, the losses, the good and the bad. So I think I can definitely share some things with people, and I'm willing to share, and I like that opportunity to do that. So this thing of Project 4 with what Pace has got going on has just been, I think it's going to be an incredible thing to, just jump in on, kind of just going in all out for this. And if I do that, I really think this will help take my business to the next level by just putting myself out there.
Okay. Awesome. So you've been doing fix and flips. How long did you say you started doing fix and flips?
Yeah. So I probably, when I was with the other guys, I had joined doing acquisitions. That was back in 2020, and we did that for probably a couple of years. And then I've been on my own, I guess, since, I was doing some things, I guess, while with those guys on the side, but really probably since 2021. So right at a couple of years, I've been doing this on my own.
Got you. And how many fix and flips are you looking at, I guess, per year?
First, I think first year, I think I've done like maybe 14, and which was, and I'll say not all were all completely fix and flips. Some were actually, hey, we bought them and we just put them back on the marketplace, whether and to basically wholesale them to, either an institutional buyer or, some of these bigger companies like OfferPad, Open Door, and we've sold some to them. So, but now as it kind of turned, and also would offer these properties up on the MLS, even as is, without even doing anything to them. And then I would then determine if, this was worth just selling as is to the, the MLS is obviously your best buyers.
Right.
But I did that, and then I think in this year has been maybe a little bit slower, just kind of been a little bit all over the board. But I probably will still do somewhere close to those numbers, I guess, again this year.
Okay. And do you still utilize your real estate license?
Just probably mostly for just referrals.
Gotcha.
That's if it doesn't fit the criteria of me able to buy it or whatever, I will just pass it along to another agent.
Gotcha.
So
Okay. All right. Well, I guess a big question for me then is how can we do business?
Yeah, I'm open for business, and definitely, I know you're up in the Atlanta market, so it's a great market. We actually, when I was doing acquisitions, we were doing deals up in that Atlanta market as well. So I know it's a great market, obviously, and there's a lot of areas surrounding Atlanta that are just people who are still moving from the Northeast down to and whatever. So obviously, it's a great market to get into. So I mean, I'm open to doing deals there, doing deals here. I think it's just how can we collaborate? You're obviously lending out money right now with Gator lending, so I think that's a good start. I can find deals already, and how can we put our heads together and do some deals? So yeah, definitely, I would be open to that.
Awesome. Yeah, I do think right now that's the best option. If you find something that you would need some lending for, obviously I could jump on and help, even
Yeah,
if it's earnest money. If it's gap lending, I could go to the other Gators and do some Gator wrestling, get that deal done.
yeah, absolutely.
So that is an option. Is there anything outside of that would bring value to your business?
Um, well, I mean, like I said, I'm actually very interested in that market that you're in. Hey, if it's just a matter of being some boots on the ground and going
Mhm.
and checking out a property, or let's connecting with an agent or something to see if this is what we think this thing can sell for. I mean, there's obviously some other things we can probably get into, but that would but lending is obviously I think is crucial, and it's crazy to think that, and I think Pace talks about it a lot, but you raising capital is obviously huge, and I think it's one of the biggest things. If you can find deals and you can find capital, I mean, there's not too many deals you can't do. So um, we always need partners for all those things. But if you can go find a deal, and then if you can obviously then find somebody like yourself that's bringing capital or can go get capital, however, everybody can win in those situations.
Awesome. Awesome. Um, so is there anything else about yourself that you feel people out there need to know?
I'm not just completely closed off to real estate. I mean, I'm interested in business, and I'm starting to see business buying is a real thing, and I think another great pathway to to wealth and opportunity. So, and I think that through Carl Allen and Abraham Gray, it's also in Sub Two, and obviously Pace has been buying deals recently through Creative Finance, and some of the Sub Two members are also doing the same thing. So I'm open to those opportunities as well. That it just I didn't realize was maybe too much of an option, but in some cases it almost seems like, and this could be a better option than real estate. So while real estate is awesome, it is great. Um, these business buying opportunities is a really big deal. So I'm open to that, and looking to see what that's about here soon. I mean, even small opportunities. I mean, car washes, laundromats. I mean, I think those while may not make you rich or whatever, but I think even if it could supplement enough that it could replace my wife's income, how that would be great in itself. So as a teacher, that one of those opportunities could easily do that. So I'm open to that as well, and I'm really just looking to deep dive into what business buying is all about here soon.
Okay. That makes me think, and I hope I don't spoil this because I do have a couple questions about books you prefer. But have you read Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's something I got to keep reminding myself, because it's so easy to just try and jump into um, real estate. And that's one of the things he talks about, is build a business
Yeah.
that then pays for your real estate investments.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is good. Did you go to Alex Hermosi's book launch for $100 million
Yeah.
leads?
I was there. Yes. That was, a master class
Oh yeah.
on, selling a book, on webinars, everything. I mean, he really did it. And to think that all the value that he brought. And I mean, I would imagine, as he was talking about how much it's going to cost, as he was going through all these different, like, oh, we're not today. Honestly, how many people would have just got the, credit cards out to paid,
Oh yeah.
and for him to actually say, hey, it's all free. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, he's and to think, right there, he's going back to the business buying, like he just sold, I guess a majority stake in his business, or businesses, or business, I guess, for like $47 million. And what is
Yeah.
he? It's like 32 or 33 years old, I guess. It's crazy. The opportunities are out there, the money's out there, and who knows? And he's given us the playbook to how to do this.
Yep. I just started listening to $100 million offers
Yeah,
on his podcast, and just it blows me away.
yeah, it's a great
And
book.
what I love about Alex Hermosi is just how open he is.
Yeah,
Like, he'll tell you, he's like, look, I'm here to make money,
yeah,
but I'm giving you a bunch of free value so that you find me credible. And then when you get your business up to the $3 to $10 million in revenue,
yeah,
we want to invest in you. Like, that's how they
absolutely.
make their money. So
Sure.
it's just amazing. So
Yeah, he's great.
so yeah, that, I guess, unless you have something else, that'll bring us to our last few questions.
Awesome.
All right. So my first question for you is, do you have a mindset book that you would recommend?
Yeah, the book is called Mindset by Carol Dweck. As a matter of fact, it's a great, great read. It's not a big book. Just going in there and reading about understanding, like, fixed mindset versus growth mindset, and she kind of just really, really just goes through it. But it's definitely a good read to check out.
Awesome. Yeah, I haven't read that one. So I'll definitely check that one out. So then that brings me to, how about a business book? Do you have a favorite business book?
Yeah, Shoe Dog, Phil Knight. He's the creator of Nike.
It was
Uh,
called what?
Shoe Dog.
Shoe Dog.
Shoe Dog. It's a great read as well. I'm in awe, I guess, of Phil Knight. Think he back in, I guess this is in the 70s. I think it was, in the 70s, when he's got this idea. He graduates college, and he had been a track guy, and as he graduates from college, his idea is kind of just to like travel the world and trying to figure out what he's wanting to do. And then he comes up with this idea to make this track shoe, and obviously to sell. And he right there at University of Oregon and all these different places, and he kind of partnered up with his old coach, and it's just a really, really good read. And I'm just thinking of like what he had to go through, and to think back, I guess 50 years ago, to go to overseas, I guess Japan, to get this started. And it's just a really awesome book, how he developed a shoe what is now your Nikes that most people wear. So
Awesome. All right. And then, so in this journey that we're on, for both of us, it's real estate, but also real estate / business. You can always look at it as a ladder. So where you're at on the ladder, what is one piece of advice that you would give to someone one rung below you?
I think, for one, I think the best piece of advice is get a mentor. You've got to get a mentor. I don't, whatever you're trying to do in life, I think you got to find somebody that's kind of already been there and done it, and wherever you're trying to go. So, I mean, wherever at you're on the rung, but I mean, if you're even below or above, or I think because there's always levels. There's levels to this. I mean, and as you may level up, you still may need to get a new mentor that's leveled up. That's kind of where you're at, or it's obviously above you that you're trying to get to and strive to. So I think that sometimes people will think that mentors, and they want to throw the name out there, guru, but I mean, guru or not, there's a lot of these guys that do have a lot of value. They're willing to share it, but comes with a price, and I think it's deserving that whether it's your time you're investing to bring value to them, whether it's money or whatever. I think that you need to do something to bring some value to that mentor. Why they should help you. What makes you stand out, that you're going to heed their advice and take it and actually use it. Because unfortunately, a lot of times people will give advice, and you talk to them 6 months, a year later. Well, I tried it a little bit, and didn't work. Well, you got to put in the work with anything. But having a mentor, though, can really just take away the guessing and take away all the maybe the failures that, even though you're going to have failures, some of the failures that you can actually step around and dodge by having that mentor in place, because they can kind of give you that blueprint to get there. So mentor is huge.
And you said something there that I think's interesting. Talking about mentors providing value. I think one of the big things for, if you're unsure if someone is, I guess, mentor worthy, is actually look at how much value they provide without you paying.
Yeah.
Right? If they're providing value and not asking for anything, then you kind of know that when they do ask you to pay, or they ask you for your time, or whatever it is, that you're going to get that much more value out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's good.
So then last thing, Jordan, where can people find your content or get in contact with you?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, and it's actually _ Jordan McCoy _ you can find me there at Jordan McCoy _ on YouTube. I guess there's somebody else that's got my name at Jordan McCoy on YouTube. So you can find me on there as well. But also Facebook, I'm pretty accessible, and I'm on there quite a bit. I'm just Jordan McCoy. You can hit me up in the messenger there. So got any questions or opportunities here in Tampa, or something to look at, or just ask a question, definitely feel free to reach out.
Awesome. Well, Jordan, that's all I got for you. I really appreciate you hanging out with me today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Corey. Appreciate it.
All right. Have a good one.
All right, man. We'll see you.
Well, guys, that was our episode for today. I hope you got some value out of it. I hope you learned something. And feel free, like Jordan said, feel free to reach out to him if you got anything in the Tampa area, or whatever, or reach out to me if you want to be on the podcast. Make a comment, or I'll put a link down in the description so that you can set up a call with me, and we can talk about how to get you on the podcast. So that'll be about it. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.